What's good? Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a wonderful week. It's fight week. Finally got the UFC back. Looking forward to talking some smack, really, and just enjoying a little bit of a nice evening. I promised I'd be live streaming a lot more. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just catching up with some of the boys and probably the one female we've got in here. And just yeah, enjoying a nice Tuesday evening. I hope everyone's well. I am a little bit early today. I've been trying to do this a little bit more recently. Let's see how things go. How you doing, random person? What's good, man? How is your day? Lovely to see you, sir. Yeah, just gonna see how things go tonight. I'm still in the middle of a work week, so gonna see how things go. Yeah, what's new? How are things going? I'm looking forward to obviously the fight card this weekend. I'm not seeing a lot of parlays jumping out at me at the moment though, which is a bit of a bummer. But I'm not gonna force it. We'll see how it goes. It's not a very good card either, but hey, it's a card. I think the UFC should try and do this a little bit more, you know. Take a few more breaks and then get some of that hunger back because I'm a lot more hyped for this now. Looking forward to it. So we'll see how it goes. I also want to give a shout out to some of the people who turned up for some of the football live streams. That was awesome. I think I'm going to do more of them. They're not really watch alongs because I kind of ignore talking about the game at all and just end up talking to you guys, but it's nice. About to trade a client, Frankie. Have a good stream, brother. Nice to see you, Ricky. Hope works well. Hope you're having a wonderful week. Always appreciate you turning up, man. You're an absolute G. Thank you. Yeah, so as usual, you know, I'm just gonna hang about, see what people have to feel like talking about. And as always, the floor is open to you. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. See how things go. And as I said, if it turns out to be dead zone in here, I'll just piss off and try another day. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. But I hope everyone. I made the big mistake of thinking that there was a UFC card. I'm that much of a casual these days that I'm barely paying attention. Didn't really check the date and got made to look like a mug. So yeah. How you doing, Ches? What's good, bro? I hope you're well. Yeah, I saw you in Dougie. I see you, slender bastard. You're getting the shots in before I get the chance to take mine off you. I'm not even gonna go at your weight today. I'd like to think I've evolved somewhat. I'm no longer gonna be fat shaming. I love you, Cheds. I'm not doing it anymore. But yeah, I saw you in Dougie's live this morning. I'm back in that weird zone where I'm kind of catching him at a bad time, and so I'm pretty much just lurking around, throwing the odd comment in there. But damn, he's that guy is evolving every time I see him. I think he's going to be massive one day, and I'm all here for it. But how you doing? How's life? Are you at home? Are you on the road? What's going on? I need to try and jump on this. I had the chance to see some of those live streams you did with musical playing FIFA. I've got my like souped up PC now. I need to jump on the game. So I'm hoping you guys are going to buy the new game and we can all start from scratch. I'm sure it's going to be a monumentally different game. So yeah, I'm going to try and get a little bit of practice in over the next few weeks. It breaks my heart to pay full price for a football game because they all suck. But we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. If you don't fat shame me, then I'll continue to eat donuts without restraint. Bro, that comment you made with the non-fat donut was one of my favorite moments on this channel. It was brilliant. What's up, player? I might not stick around for this one. I'm cutting trees. Fair. Yeah, it's probably dangerous to be listening to me while cutting a tree at the same time. I probably wouldn't advise that. I wouldn't advise listening to me in any situation, to be fair, especially when you're lifting like dangerous machinery. Like, I know you're a pro, but you never know when I'm going to come out with something monumentally retarded and you just might, the chainsaw might slip. And then before we know it, I'm getting a bill for your severed foot, which I won't be paying. So, that's the disclosure right there. I'm not responsible for any at work injuries that you get. So, I appreciate the fact that you've dropped by to say hi, and I hope work is going well, family's well. I did hear from you know who today. I actually have to message that person back. So, if that person is listening, I hope you're well, and I'm gonna message you back at some point this evening. So, was really relieved to hear from this person. Um, I hope JVD comes in today because I want some further details about his. He sent me a very funny message earlier, and I'm not going to bring it up until he comes in because, or if he comes in, because I want to get his full version of the story live on this channel, and it's going to be interesting. I've got some questions in the chamber. But yeah, like I said, we've got well, not a nice UFC. We've got a UFC card, so that's better than none. Like I said, we've got Premier League football coming up. I've started casting my eye on the American football as well. I've decided I'm going to fully back the Eagles this year. They've always been my team, even though I don't really know that much about American football. And I saw them have an amazing comeback win last week, which is, I've got to say, one of the best things about American sports. It's kind of what makes all that waiting around, being bored, worthwhile. Because you think your team's out of the game, and then rock 'em, sock 'em, they're back in it. And I think they got 2 interceptions from kicks, which is just, I know it doesn't happen that much in American football. So shout out to the Eagles, let them soar. I'm gonna be watching them as much as I can this coming season and hoping that they get it done. I don't give a fucking flying fuck about the rest of the teams. So let's go Eagles. So yeah, we've got a nice week of sport going on. There's been like more horrible celebrity deaths this week. It seems to be the death zone recently. A lot of people seem to be passing away prematurely. So yeah, shout out to the people who have left us hurt early. We had Ricky Hatton, we had Billy from the Game Chasers. Most of you probably won't know who that is, but he's a YouTuber I've watched for many, many, many years, and he recently got diagnosed with a brain tumor and passed away. So that one hit pretty hard for me because he was somebody that I watched quite a lot. But yeah, it's just been a funny time. A funny time. People seem to be dropping like flies at the moment, and it's horrible. But hopefully we've got some nice things to look forward to over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how things go. Time to take a little bit of a positive spin on things. Not too far from a holiday at work as well. I'm trying to consider what I'm going to do with it. Going to see if I can work in a little trip away in October. See if I can weasel my way into that situation. So I'm looking at destinations at the moment. If not, it will be in December. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Do so. Person knows. Perfect. Thanks, bro. I certainly will. Yeah. All I can say is I was relieved because there are quite a few people I'm close to in this community. Obviously, I've been doing YouTube. I've been on YouTube for about 2 years. I stopped taking it seriously about 18 months ago. But there are certainly people within this community that I'm very close to, and always looking out for their well-being. So it's always nice when we get confirmation of that. Yeah, so let's see how things go. It's been a bit of an up and down one. We've had some streams that have been really, really. You need a trip, friend. I don't know, man. I don't know if I need one. I've been to Vietnam, Thailand, the Philippines, Spain. Where else did I go? I've been to like 5 different places this year. I don't know if I necessarily need it, but I definitely want it. Because England is rainy and cold and the people here suck. So I'd like to go somewhere where the people are friendly and somewhat wild, and I can enjoy that time without looking like a dusty old man who's sitting in a bar and being ignored all night. And I'm not that far away from it. I reckon I've got about 5 good years left. Frank, I'm back. Eagles and Lions are good choices in my opinion. Lane, it's great to have you back. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, the Eagles have been a very solid team this year. I just don't want what do you call it, Kansas City to win. They're giving me a little bit of like Patriot vibes at the moment. I always go against a team that's on the verge of having a dynastical run because that shit is boring. Like even when I was a Warriors fan, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed every title that we got. But part of me was like, you know, when there was like 6 finals or whatever it was, or they were in 8 finals in a row or whatever, it kind of got a bit boring for me, whooping everyone's ass. So I'm feeling the same way about Kansas City. I know they did they win it last year? I think they did. I don't fucking know. Also, for your information, I lost my original YouTube account somehow. Wrenches as well. Been a rough week. All right, hang. This is definitely you, isn't it, Lane? This is definitely you. I want to make sure I'm modding the right person because in case you don't realize, yeah, I've got a few enemies now, and the enemies have ramped up. But the fact that you're talking about football and giving betting advice gives me strong vibes that this is the real you. So, if Westy, if you can confirm that Lane is who she says she is, obviously you need to give her a wrench back immediately. Yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna try and pick up a few more sporting endeavors over the next year or so. And the Eagles are a team that I definitely want to look out for. Yeah, if you could well, I don't really have enemies. It's more people that are just straight up ball bag haters, to be honest. And how can you blame them? You know? How can you blame them? I'm a very hateable individual. Nah, it's just been like the odd troll and whatnot. Eagles won Super Bowl. So Eagles won the last one. Oh, no wonder. Maybe I shouldn't. They don't win it very often though, do they? How you doing, Tonke? What's good, brother? I know some of you are kind of pissed off with the vertical streaming, but it's been a nice way of getting some new people into the channel. And as you know, we've got a very good community up in here. And so far, the new people we've had join have been a credit and a new addition to the community that have been good. You know, we've had different points of view. And I feel like with these random lives, we've been getting some really weird conversations going. Lane, you've missed the whole show. Like it's been the last couple of weeks. It's been popping pretty nicely in here. So yeah, if you could give Frankie is a Packers fan. I'm absolutely not. Fuck him. But the thing is, yeah, I don't support Philadelphia teams and everything because obviously the basketball team I think are embarrassing, and I usually pick shit teams. I usually do because it's more fun that way. Because then when they win or come close to winning, I can feel like I'm a part of the journey. Whereas if you pick somebody who's likely to win, it feels less meaningful. You know, who the hell can hate you? I do say a couple of stupid things. Is that Green Bay, right? Sorry if I've got that wrong. I do have my eye on the Packers this year too, Cheds. The Packers are usually a good team. Like I don't. Whenever I used to keep my eye on the NFL every so often, they'd never absolutely suck, but they'd never quite get over the line either. When's the last time the Packers won a Super Bowl? I'm okay. I just had my mum's funeral yesterday. Tonke, I'm really sorry to hear that, man. I was actually a best friend of mine lost his mum recently as well, and I was quite close with her too. And it was quite a sudden thing that happened. I always maintain this. The only thing worse than burying your parents or situations where people have to bury their own children. I know that obviously we're supposed to outlive our parents, but I lost my father about 20 years ago, little bit less than that. I think it was 18. And I've only over the last couple of years been able to, you know, be completely cool talking about it, I guess. So yeah, Tone K, really sorry for your loss, man. And yeah, just all the blessings in the world to you and your family. I hope whatever happened was painless, and I know it doesn't really soften the blow. But yeah, really sorry to hear that, man. And as somebody who's been a prominent member of this community for a while, I'm sure everyone echoes those sentiments. I'm really sorry to hear that, bro. And I hope you're doing okay. Another person lost over the last couple of weeks. It's crazy. It's just a weird time at the moment. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, really sorry to hear that, brother. But like my genuine condolences to you. There's nothing worse than that. How you doing, Vamos Rivovix? Another person who's been popping in here quite often. Always appreciate. It's really nice when you see regular people popping up. This was like my ultimate dream when I started YouTube. I was like, if I can just get like 4 or 5 people to turn up every time I do a live stream, I'm gonna be content with what I've got. And that feeling certainly hasn't changed. Thank you, Lane. My mom passed away last Sunday. Last week has been the worst week of my life. I don't wish it on anybody. Yeah, 100%. Like I've spoken about this openly on the channel as well. Like my father passed away about, I think it was 18 years ago, and we'd had a bit of an argument where I hadn't spoken to him for. We had an argument about weed, funnily enough, and this led me to quitting weed. And he was in Poland at the time, and he called me. This is back when we had house phones. There wasn't really a lot of people using mobile phones back then. They still really weren't it. And he called me up on the house phone, and I think my sister answered and told me that he wanted to speak to me, and I was still pretty pissed off of him. So I was like, nah, I don't really want to talk to him right now. And then literally died a couple of days later. And I've also spoken quite openly about the fact that my mom is currently in a nursing home. She has dementia, which is a very rough thing to go through. So take it from me, yeah. I know exactly how hard it is for you right now and what you're going through. It's something that, you know, we all eventually have to face our own mortality, the mortality of people that we love. And it's a horrible thing to have to go through. Restore lanes wrench. I've got to go back to cutting wood. Is it back on there now? Hang on a second. I'll do that now. Hang on. Because I haven't got my YouTube open. Hang on. And for some reason, I can't do it from Restream. I'm sure there's a good reason for that. You might hear a little feedback in a second when I open my channel up. Please bear with me. Oh, why have I said I took it? Hang on. Oh, it's on mute. So good. Hang on. Lane. Add as a moderator. Good shit. I wasn't gonna do shit today, but I just dwell, so I decided to come back. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm really glad that you're here. I think when you're going through something like this, the worst thing you can do is kind of be alone and shut yourself off, because it's kind of best to talk things through with people and to have people to lean on for support, because when you're alone, that's when the dark thoughts kind of come in. Oh no, Frankie, I'm sorry. My grandma had a disease too. It's not easy. Yeah, it's been because she went from being kind of very communicative to suddenly being very unable to speak at all. And obviously she's very dependent on others. She can't go to the toilet by herself or feed herself or anything like that. But we still get nice moments when we go around and she'll say a few words and light up with a big smile when she sees us. So there's still some positivity to be had from it. But obviously it's painful knowing you're slowly seeing someone slip away from you. But at the end of the day, there's no easy way to lose somebody that you love. Whether it's obviously, if it's instant, it's more shocking. Hello, baby. I'm on.
Does your laptop connect to them to give you a video?
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. Yeah. I'll come and.
Don't move.
Don't move. Okay.
Don't move.
What do you do? Yeah. So I'm a bad mod. Good to hear. I'm in the shop working. How you doing, Kerry? Good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Make lane manager. Oh, did I not do that? Hang on a sec.
Why are you moving?
Why am I not moving?
Just stop moving.
All right, I'll come and say goodnight to you in a minute, yeah? Okay. Okay, give me a kiss.
Stop moving so I can know.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Stop moving so I can know you in there.
Okay then. All right. I'll come and talk to you in a minute, yeah? Do you hope Mario beats Umar? No, not really. I like Umar. I don't really dislike Mario either. I was one of those people, yeah, who I blamed Aldo more for the Mario Bautista loss than I blamed Mario. Like Aldo should have done more to deal with that. But I do hope that Umar beats him. I actually think Umar's really, really skilled. It just kind of showed us how good Marab is. The problem that I've got as well, yeah, is that I think, or the issue that I've got with it, if Umar beats Mario Bautista, which he's more than likely to do. Sorry, I'm just gonna crack a window open here. Yeah, he is a cutie. Yeah, they're probably gonna give him a title shot off it, and that pisses me. Yeah, I've got to unmod it first before I put managing mod on. Hang on a sec. Because for some reason it doesn't just let you upgrade mod from. It's really stupid. Yeah, Tone, I tell you now, yeah, because my kids are obviously quite far apart. I've got kids who are like teenagers, and obviously I've got a son now who's 5. I would love to have one more, but I'm getting on a bit, and I'm already thinking about, like, he's already 5, and I'm already thinking about, I love the age that he's at now, but I miss when they're a little baby as well, and I don't want to get to like 50 and be like, oh, do you know what? I definitely want to have one more, and it's a little bit late, you know. So we'll see how things go. Like I might put some serious thought into having one over the next couple of years, because I think I could do one more and done. I think I'd be satisfied with one more. I think 4 is a good number. Well, sorry, 4 that I know about is a good number. So yeah, Sharky Shorts. I want Umar to beat Mario, but I don't want him to get a title shot of it, because I think he got fast tracked to a title way too fast in the first place. And I don't like the idea of him just beating Mario, who is a good fighter, but he's not a top 5 fighter. And I think to get title shots, you need to be doing that. He's on a decent streak. It's a risky fight for Umar, because Mario's no bum, and he's more than happy to make it boring. He's tough and durable. But no, I think Umar's actually really, really skilled. I just think he was so used to winning that he thought he was going to go in there and be too much. He was probably thinking to himself, well, Marab's not going to be able to wrestle with me, and I'm a better striker, so I'm going to beat his ass. But Marab is not human. I was very happy when Marab won that fight. I'm not one of those people who like hates people for having a grappling style. I hate people for having a grappling and lay and pray style. And Marab isn't really one of those people. He does try to mix things up a little bit, and what I love about his style is he drowns people. Seeing people give up and realize they haven't got anything for somebody. It's why I used to enjoy that's why I still enjoy DDP to a certain extent. It's like you're fighting this guy and it's like he's not stopping. Same thing with Fluffy. It's why I'm such a big Fluffy fan as well. Oh, hang on a sec. Let me just pause that for a second. It's a call from work, but I'll deal with that in a minute. Yeah. So long story short, I do hope Umar gets the win, because I think he is top 3 caliber. And Marab has already run out of people to whoop on. So we need somebody to pick up the mantle at some point. And I think bantamweight is stronger with Umar near the top of it. I'm just gonna message her back. Hang on a sec. Yeah. So, are there any? I mean, it doesn't feel like there's any major championship fights coming up. We've obviously got Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane. Um, I'm not too keen on this week's card. We've obviously got Ankalaev and Alex Pereira. I think the Marab and Sandhagen fight is going to be a lot closer than people think. And I love the Yuri Prohaska and Roundtree fight. I think Yuri Prohaska is going to fuck him up. I saw Dougie talking about the Charles Oliveira and Rafael Fiziev fight breaking down, which, to be honest, I'm kind of secretly happy about because I don't think Fiziev really deserves it. I know he got a decent win in his last outing, but I think he's getting too big a fight again. He's getting pushed up way too quickly. I want to see Charles Oliveira fight Mateus Gamrot. And what's disgusting me about his attitude is he clearly thinks that Gamrot's not a big enough name to fight, which I think is a fucking disgrace. I actually think Gamrot would beat him. Gamrot is a nightmare. I know he's lost 3 fights in the UFC, but he's only lost 1, I think, in his last 6 or 7. And one of them was to Hooker, and I actually thought he beat Hooker. So I'm like, I think he deserves a shot. I think if that Hooker decision goes his way, and it could have gone either way, in my opinion, he should be in the position. The guy beat Arman Sarukian. And people are bleating on about how that wet wipe deserves a title shot. It's embarrassing. So I'd like to see Gamrot get the chance. He's probably the only one who's available right now who actually deserves to fight a Charles Oliveira level opponent, and I hope he gets it. So we'll see how things play out, but yeah, there's not really an awful lot to look forward to at the moment. I mean, I mostly say that because the UFC 320 is a good card. You know, Josh Emmett and Yusuf Zalal is a decent fight. Magomedov versus Pyfer is a decent fight as well. Let's discuss Navajo Sterling and Bellato. It's not a bad fight. I think I'm not too keen on Navajo Sterling. I'll be honest with you. I do think he's going to improve as time goes on. I haven't seen that much from him that blows me away. However, Bellato's not very good. So I do think Navajo Sterling's going to get the win. But I've seen nothing from Navajo so far to think that he. And you know, I've got a natural feeling of just despising CKB guys. I just can't like them. Lane, I know you're a fan of his. What performance of his has given you that feeling? What has given you the impression that this is a guy that you like the look of? Because I think he's looked pretty sloppy. You know, I don't really like his cardio much either. His performances so far hasn't done much to tickle my balls. But he is young. You know, he hasn't had that many fights. I think that's probably what's annoying me more than anything else. I don't really feel like he should be in this position. Let me have a look at what his record's been like in the UFC. Yeah, he's only 7-0. I mean, he shouldn't even be in the UFC, in my opinion. Yeah, 2 decision wins against Tuko Tokos, who's shit, and Ivan Erslan, who's pretty awful as well. And he needed a decision to get to that. So I don't know. I'm not convinced yet. However, Bellato's flattered to deceive as well. What happened in that Paul? Oh yeah, the Paul Craig fight with the upkick. That's what pissed me off. He did get a draw with Jimmy Crute, which isn't that bad. Beat Ihor Peteria. Yeah, I don't know. I think that will go to decision again as well. I think it will be a very close decision. Navajo Sterling probably gets it 2 rounds to 1 because he's got that CKB Golden Boy stuff going on. They probably really want him to do well. So yeah, I'll go with Navajo winning that fight. I assume he's a very big favorite as well. Let's have a look. I can't really see the odds at the moment. Hang on a second. I'm assuming he's going to be like a minus 300, something like that, which again are odds that I don't really like. But I'm assuming the fact that you're talking about him, Lane, it means you're going to put some money on him. Why have I gone to Formula 1? I don't want Formula 1. Let's see. Do you know what fight I really like on this card? Loma Lookboonmi versus Alexa Thainara. That's how donkey shit this card is. Minus 250 favorite. That sounds about right. It's a bit on my app here. I've got him at minus 175 on Paddy Power. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad at all. I might actually get some of that. I know it goes against everything I just said, but it's like I said. Look at this card, Jay. You've got Jimmy Crute, who's mightily inconsistent. He's a minus 175 favorite. Carlos Ulberg is about a minus 150. Jack Jenkins is a favorite against Ramon Tavares. I don't love that either. Too big a favorite. Jake Matthews at minus 500 against Neil Magny is straight up stinky to me. All Oceanians win besides Mekalev. This is the thing as well, though, yeah, because I'm kind of worried about Oban Elliott after his last performance. It was a very stinky performance as well. And I was very high on Oban Elliott, but he got fucking slapped. And Mekalev is tough. I would say that Mekalev and Oban Elliott are very similar in terms of their level. So I don't really love that one either. I think Oban's a minor favorite in that one. I am going to favor Oban slightly in that one. But like I said, he just got his ass whooped. So I'm not going into it with the most confidence. I'll put it that way. I'll probably parlay fight TGTD with Petrovsky. Petrovsky is another guy who's shit. He's a balloon animal who's got no cardio and is dumb. So I don't. Who's he fighting? Before I start bleating off and going off on a mad, who's he fighting? Petrovsky versus Cam Roston. It's winnable. It's definitely winnable. I don't know. This card's just a bit stinky to me. I mean, up until a week and a half ago, they had Junior Taffer as the co-main event, and that guy's like 6-4 or something. I am willing to give Junior Taffer the benefit of the doubt just because he was an incredibly fat bastard, and when he came in there at light heavyweight, he actually looked somewhat decent. Like he looked trimmed down. He looked like he'd at least gone to the gym. So even though he lost again, let's face it, he can't stop a takedown. So the fact that he lost again in the same way was very, very disappointing. But I'm willing to give the guy the benefit of the doubt because at least he fucking got in there and showed that. Sorry, not even that he got in there, but at least he showed some dedication outside of the gym. So I respect that to some extent. I'm all right with it. Cam Roston can grapple. I mean, Petrovsky's a decent grappler, but he's got no cardio, and those two things don't tend to go together. So we'll see. I'm not too hopeful, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm a look. If I time anyone out, it's an accident. Phone in pocket, can't close chat. Fair enough, bro. Yeah, so I'm not really the fact that I'm probably more like a female fight because I really like Loma Lookboonmi. I think they're kind of doing her dirty by giving her Thainara because she's only had one fight in the UFC, right? And Lookboonmi's been doing her thing for a little while. So I don't like that they're doing her dirty and giving her this fight, but it's an interesting matchup. And Loma's a very heavy underdog in that fight. So that could be one that could be a nice underdog play because Loma's tough and she's very well rounded. And she's actually pretty skilled, for a woman. So when you get odds that wide on a woman who's actually good, Petrovsky has wrestling, takedown, and lay. I mean, he's got a little bit of power in his hands, but he's not particularly technical. But it's middleweight, isn't it? I mean, what are you going to do? Any middleweight outside the top 5 is pretty bollocks. So, I don't know. We'll see. I don't have many high hopes for him, but Thainara's going to kill her. I don't know, man. These Thai women, they come up different. All Petrosky's wins have good takedown. I'm not worried. All right. It's not Petrosky's skill level that I worry about. I mean, he isn't amazingly good. I worry about his cardio. I really do. And I think Cam Roston is somebody who can grapple all day. So I think that might be a decent dog to take. I'm definitely not betting on Petrosky as a favorite in any situation. He can't be trusted. Thainara again. It's a big jump up. It's a big jump up for her. I know it's Roston's debut in the UFC, but I don't know. I worry about anyone who's got a decent chin and can grapple all day against someone like Petrosky, who really he's got one round in him, really. We've seen it happen. We've seen him dominate a first round and then get drowned. So I certainly don't trust him as a if the thing is, if he was going up against Roston and he was an underdog, I would probably take it. But as a favorite, I would definitely stay away from that. I don't love that. So I don't know. I'll stay. Yeah, he's not somebody I can trust money on. I've done it in the past and been burned. And I'm at a stage right now where I'm on I went through like a 10-week winning streak where I made a decent amount of coin. Ching ching. And then let me see who's Thickness fighting. I really should have done my research on this. Josias Musasa. Musasa's another one, isn't it? Isn't he that guy who's got like insane power? But we might have another cardio problem as well. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure he had a really disappointing performance not too long ago. Yeah, where he lost to Carlos Vera. I don't hate that Kobe Thickness is all right as well, and he's gonna be in Australia, so I reckon he might do all right. Yeah, Tone K, you got to learn from these lessons. When someone burns you, you've got to ditch them. I've made that mistake a couple of times where I've tried to like, it was a slip up, and you give the guy one more chance. It's the old adage of fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, I don't hate the Roasting one. I don't hate the Thickness pick either. I think the fact that he's in Australia is going to be a big advantage. And this Musasa guy, he's got power in his hands, but he's also, again, there's cardio issues. Thickness lost to Alexandre Topuria is quite good, though. He's quite good. As far as I remember, yeah, that fight was really close as well. The Alexandre Topuria is going to have a half-decent career. He's obviously not going to do anything that Ilya's done. But he's a good fighter. I don't think that's a bad loss. Brad Tavares burns me too. Brad Tavares has been around so long. His last performance, I actually felt like he was on his way to winning that fight. He badly lost the first round, clearly won the second, and then got caught. It happens. I thought he was on his way to winning that fight. He'd found his range. He was picking away. I had Brad Tavares in a parlay as well, and he lost a 5-leg parlay for me where everyone else won. So in other words, fuck him in his whole career. But it's my mistake here. We've got to stop betting on Eric Nixick fighters. He's training fighters how to go in there and just spam their way to victory, and it's a horrible thing to watch, and it's a pussy way to lose a fight. And that's exactly what he's got fighters doing at the moment. So anyone who trains under Eric Nixick, just stay the fuck away from them. How much does Australia tax fighters? That's a good question. 45%. Ugh, that is not good. It might explain why so many people, and that's for people who are outside of the country. So I'm assuming all these Australian fighters probably get taxed around 30. But if you're a foreigner coming in and you're, it blows my mind how that happens, how that's allowed to happen. Because surely the UFC, surely there must be a way around for this where you pay a fighter under a different. I don't know how illegal that is. Probably very illegal. Sorry. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I don't know how legal that is, but I can imagine it would put a lot of fighters off, certainly non-Australians from going in there. And where did you buy that pullover? Ralph's store, bro. Were you expecting me to say I knitted it myself? I look like that kind of guy in it. How you doing, Plasma Zombie? It's been a while since I've sneezed on stream, and you got 2 for the price of 1. Yeah, fucking Ralph, bro. I'm a typical NPC white person. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a more pleasing answer to that question. I didn't sit up all night last night knitting it myself. I should have just lied and said that I did. But that would have been disproved in about 5 seconds. Because I do, let's face it, I do look like the kind of brother that knits. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm not too excited by this card in general. I don't think it's stacked very well, but to be honest, that's usually when we get great fights. And Australia fight fans, I've come to discover, like, over the last couple of years, that a crowd really makes a fight, and those Australian fans are going to be going absolutely ballistic. So I'm confident that they can elevate the card. It's like in France, the France card the other week was sensational. Those fans were going bananas, and they filled the arena from the very first fight. And that's what we need. I don't know how many of you have been to live UFC events, but I can't fucking understand why anyone would pay money, several $100s to go to a UFC card and then not go to the very first fight. It blows my mind how people do that. And then you turn up for the main card. What are you doing? If I'm paying top dollar, yeah, I'm there from minute 1, mate. Bro, Tapuria versus Michael Chandler. Tapuria would fucking murderize him. So I hope we see it. Nah, Chandler's done. Chandler needs to be fighting outside the top 15 now, 100%. 100%. Do not give that guy anyone ranked. He shouldn't even be in the rankings. And he's such a cringy little weirdo as well. I've got so many issues with Michael Chandler. His comments about his adopted black children, weird. His fucking see you at the top. He's just a cringy, annoying NPC bastard. I can't stand him. And the thing is, yeah, I feel kind of bad for it because really and truly, like, he's not a bad guy. He actually comes across as quite a nice guy who loves his family. He's just cringy and weird. This is the type of card to have a couple of wars. Imagine paying £500 just to watch DDP. Yeah, the thing is, though, yeah, that card was actually good. But the main event obviously stunk it up. It was a good, fun card up until that point. I paid, like, here's the thing, yeah. When I went to UFC 304, I paid for seats right near the cage. I was like 5 or 6 rows back. Couldn't see hardly anything because the fucking cameraman was in the way. And yeah, it was a shit card. And I paid like $1,000, something like that, for 2 tickets. And then literally I went with the mother of my child here. And then halfway through the card, she turned to me and she said, "This is fucking shit. I'm going home." And I couldn't blame her. So obviously I let her leave and I stayed there because I'm a don. Shout out to Scotland. Abso-fucking-lutely, sir. Welcome back to you. Good to have you here. Always shout out to Scotland. Very close. You're basically the same as us Irish. So shout out to Scotland, a place that I always love to visit. Shout out to the Scottish. Alex at 190 now. Change your mind yet? Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I do think he's going to do better next time, but I can't put money on him. That's another fight I'm actually not going to put money on at all. I might put it to go the distance. I think that's the safest bet. Hello, Anup Rao Sharp. Hello, Englishman. I'm actually Irish. It feels quite painful to be called. One day India become world ruler. Absolutely not, Anup. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but China is next up. China's been doing sneaky, secret little moves for fucking years now, and they are coming to take over. They're playing the soft war game very, very cleverly as well. China are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Love you too. I love you. I don't mind saying that. I don't mind saying I love you to another man. Wouldn't be the first time in a non-homosexual setting. Was it worth watching Tom KO Blades live? It 100% was. But literally the card fell off a cliff after that. The Paddy win was... Here's the thing. The Paddy win and the Tom win, when the song came on for Tom Aspinall, everyone... Bear in mind, yeah, half the crowd was coked out of their minds. You could smell weed and nobody gave a shit because they felt sorry for us. Indians have small dicks as well, bro. I'm very sorry to break the news to you. Or most of them do. I'm acting like I've gone around whipping out people's dicks. I don't actually know. But yeah, it was worth it for those two fights, but generally not at all. How you doing, Kazar? I am 40 years old, my good man. Welcome to can I dance? I'm a fucking diva on the dance floor. And I'm not going to get up and show you because I'm not a dancing monkey. And I do this for free. So you're not going to get me to dance, but take my word for it. I'm an absolute diva on the dance floor. I'm the kind of guy you don't want to bring out because I'll steal all your women. When they see the way this body moves, maximum confidence. I have eye big. It's very nice for you, sir. I'm not saying that every Indian man has a small penis. I'm saying that on average, you're not really known for your dongs. How is it, yeah, that this always happens? Every time I do a stream, we end up talking about dicks. This is not my fault. Do you believe in jihad? Nah, not really. Do you want to see, man? No, I'm good, bro. I mean, thanks for the offer. I appreciate it. But you look like 20, 25 years old because I look after myself really well. I don't really drink much alcohol, hardly ever. I don't smoke, really. I try to avoid as much sunshine as possible. And I look after myself quite well. By the way, if you have just come in here, please do like the stream. Maybe even subscribe. That would be very, very nice. It's a big flex being 40 and having a full set of hair. And bro, Ribovics, this is what I'm saying here. I get the piss taken. Every time I turn my head and you can see that I've got... My hair's been like this since I was a kid. I've just got thin hair, but at least it's on my fucking head. And how many people can say that? I have said this multiple times though, yeah. You see this here? This isn't an accident. It takes me a very, very long time to grow a full beard. And if I lose my hair and can't grow a beard, I'm finished. Off to Turkey. Get the old hair plugs and I'm back in the game. Do you have a sister? I've got 3 sisters. Let me guess, you want to fuck them. They're almost as pretty as I am. How you doing, Andrew Shepherd? Nice to see you. I didn't talk any shit about India. It's not your fault you got tiny dicks, or some of you do. Embrace it. It's not like you grew it yourself in a bucket and it's your fault. And having a small dick isn't really your problem. It's her problem. Who gives a fuck? And the thing is, yeah, it takes a really chatty man, yeah, to have a tiny cock and still have a woman act like it's big. That shows you the levels of what a G you are if a woman is willing to lie to your face. So embrace that shit. You should marry your sisters. I'm not from Arkansas, sir. It's not a vibe we have around here. I'm not going to show my sisters in live. This isn't some peep show type situation. It's not my problem. I have a very nice penis, I'll have you know, and I don't care, really. Doesn't really mean much to me. Probably because I have one and, you know, you need stamina, bro. My stamina is incredible. I'm a fucking marathon man. Please join the Israel Defense Force. I'm all right. Are you married? I've got 3 kids with the same woman. I don't really discuss my marital status on here because it's complicated. I don't really like to go too deep into that kind of stuff. This is so gay. What, because I won't join the Israel Defense Force? I have no idea how we got here. For some reason we started do you know what, Lane, I jinxed us, yeah? Because I said, like, over the last few weeks, we've had some really good chat members turn up, and now we've got people talking about dicks in here. Need not reply if uncomfortable, but what you say on ever-increasing grasp of Islam and its propaganda on Europe, just curious. I'm Indian. Like I said, I've got Muslim members of my family. I've got Christian members of my family. I know numerous... I'm not anti-Semitic. I do think Jewish people are fucking arrogant, but I'm not anti-Semitic. And Andrew Shepherd, the reason why I say Jewish people are arrogant, and I've said this before, I don't hate Jewish people, but I will say this: any group of people that claim to be superior to others just because of the race that they are, for me, are arrogant cunts. And I feel like I can say that. Don't meet me in the real world. That was last day on the planet. I only speak English, sir. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. I have to say, Anna, I'm really terrified right now. I'm very scared. How you doing, Goofy Musk? It's spelled Semitic. Thank you very much. Thanks for correcting him. I couldn't be bothered to type anything out. But no, I'm not anti-Semitic, but I do think I can base a view on people that is quite openly out there. But I've got Jewish people that are friends. I've got nothing against Jewish people as individuals. Fuck off. This is my channel. You fuck off. How about that? Do you do any job? Yeah, I'm actually a professor of literature. Which UFC fighter is the most likely to be an alien? Oral by. Miratech Oral by. Miratech Oral by is definitely not of this earth, or he was grown in some kind of lab somewhere. Yeah, so Kizar, I am a professor of literature. I don't do YouTube for a job. I just come on here to talk some shit. And that's all I do. How many holes are there in your body? I mean, it's a hard question to answer, mate. And that's not my speciality. I've got as many holes as you, I imagine. And I guarantee you they're a lot smaller, judging by how you're talking. Mark my words, one day we will rise. We Indians... Again, bro, I think India is a great nation. I think there's a lot of things you do brilliantly. I just think the Chinese have been doing some slippery shit over the last few decades. And I live there and I see what they're up to. India does do some amazing things. We will take revenge and your women will taste our dicks. I don't like white women. They can taste your dicks as much as you want. You can have them. You're welcome to them. I don't give a shit. I find white women horrendously unattractive. And getting rid of the caste system. I have said things about the caste system in the past. But again, it's cultural. Do you have a girlfriend? I'm not willing to talk about that. That's my own business. Do you have a girlfriend? Fun fact, Trump just ended the war between Voldemort and Harry Potter. It's going to be that kind of stream tonight, I guess. But yeah, I've got nothing against India as a nation. At all. Lane, I don't think any of the Indian representatives in here really care about the UFC. We care about Latinas around here. We fucking do. I will say this though, you know, India does have some attractive females. I'll give you that. Gabriel, you're absolutely right. I've actually got an IQ of about 40, but the British accent definitely makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about. Frankie is dating a plus-size supermodel. Cheddar, I leave those all to you. I leave those all to you. I'm not man enough to smash on a plus size woman. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't have the. I'm not that much. I'm not as much of a Chad as you are. It is my DNA. It's my legacy. My ancestors are warriors, not like your ancestors' slave. What? I'll be honest, man. You're talking absolute bollocks. But I've got nothing against you and your. Well, I've got something against you because you're obviously a cunt. But I've got nothing against your nation. Pretty sure India is dead last in attractive females. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. India does have some pretty attractive women. I will give them that. They do. That's not what I meant. You're all right. Okay. Yeah, I know, Gabriel. I'm just joshing you. I need that big booty Latina for my birthday. That would be nice. I don't know who's gonna hook you up with that present, but I mean, if you don't ask, you don't get, right? Inflation really hits when it's my time to be an adult. Yeah, I feel you. Cheddarhead's thinking of his own Indian jihad. Please try running for presidency. The trouble is, mate, I'm lazy and I might actually win. Nobody is capable of talking more absolute horseshit bullshit than me. Dating a plus-size woman is a canon event. I'm not going to say I haven't tried women that are a little larger, which is why I can comfortably say that they're not for me. Yeah, I'm Indian and I'm proud of being Indian. You should be proud of where you're from. I've got nothing against that. No nation is perfect. And like I said, you should be proud of where you're from. I've got no issue with that. And I'm not going to dog on your whole country because I haven't been there. And nor will I. Adriana Lima is a really beautiful and she's Latina. Latinas are top tier, I'll be honest. See, the only thing we've got close to England that even resembles Latinas is obviously Spanish women that are top tier as well. But the thing is, though, Latina booties are now out there. They're all over the world. Women have definitely been stepping up their trunk game because it is something that you can work. What are your opinions about femboys, good sir? They're not for me. They're not for me. But I will say this, though. If you're getting tricked by a femboy, you're a desperate retard. Because the signs are fucking obvious. If you can't look at a woman and see, a woman and see clear signs that she's packing meat under there, you deserve to get burnt. And I don't think it happens to as many people as are claimed. Mate, Adhesh Bart, you don't know Cheddarhead. Cheddarhead is an absolute Chad. Cheddarhead gets mad. I'm 15. Can I give your mum back shots? Well, Bart Simpson, she's 71 years old and she has dementia, so I don't think she'd notice you. I mean, everyone has their types. If that's your thing, you're willing to take a shot. You're more than welcome to take a shot. Yeah, I mean, again, the transgenders thing is the thing that I find most difficult to come to terms with. I find it a bit unsettling, if I'm being honest. However, I used to say the same thing about gay people, and now I'm kind of like, let them enjoy themselves, you know? As long as you're not trying to put your dick anywhere near me, we're good. How you doing, Lubin Cider? Sick name. If she's not 100K, she's not a lady. Truer words have not been spoken. I'll tell you something about 100K women. I bet they're grateful. I bet they're fucking grateful, and I bet they go to town. I, for one, am never going to dip my toes in that pool, but I'm not going to hate on anyone that does. Everyone deserves to be loved. Thanks, I'll be there tomorrow. Bet, bro. What's your thoughts on legal immigration? Perfectly fine with it. I'm technically a legal immigrant. I was born in Ireland and then got dragged here when I was 1. I've said this phrase many, many times. So it would be pretty hypocritical for me to say that legal immigration is not a good thing. I used to have an Indian girlfriend as well. Like when I was very, very young, I dated a girl called Reshma. She had big bazonkadonks, but she was very selfish in the sack. Not that she represents all Indians. She was very, very selfish. Extremely. Divorce settlement gratitude. I don't know why you've thrown that in there, but Shout out to you, lunatic. Chedge trolls the Walmart freezer aisles for dates. Best place to pick up women. They got a lot of cushion for the pushing. Again, I just don't, I don't really, it's not really for me. Do you support the IRA? I mean, they're a defunct organization, but my dad was in the IRA. Why do you think I'm here? You speak American very well for not being from there. I'm not American, and it's English, sir. There is no such language as American. They steal everything, and then they try to change it and make it their own. You ever seen an Irish invention from the 1700s? I don't know where you're going with this, but can you get to the point? I do like your name, though. Job application. Traveler Tihas. How you doing, sir? Nice to meet you here. America was built on immigration, so I'm good asking is immigrants are legal. My parents are immigrants too. Yeah, well, the Irish obviously built New York. We did a great job on it. We obviously got skanked because we did it a little bit too cheaply. But without the hard-working backs of Irish labor, America would not be what it is. I think you're highly educated. I can tell. I did all right. I'm actually a professor, but that doesn't, just because I had a decent education doesn't mean I'm smart. I'm a really good blagger. Are the Tylenol links to autism true? Well, I don't have the data in front of me. I will say this though, like there has been a massive percentage increase in the amount of autistic people, and it's definitely coming from somewhere. But I think more people are autistic than we realize. Everyone built America. I don't know if everyone built America. Check my music. How you doing, Young Change? Is that your name? Is that your rap name? If not, I kind of like it. Go and eat some potato soup, you wanker. Potato soup is fucking good, sir. Don't you dare talk shit about potato soup. And I'll be dipping a potato pancake into it tonight. And then slapping it across your mum's face. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe. Will there be peace in the Middle East? I hope so. I hope so. I'm not really on one side of the argument one way or another because I don't know enough about it to really talk shit. What I ultimately want is for there to be a peaceful solution because I'm not a fucking monster. What do you think of the new H-1B visa? I've got no idea what you're talking about. No idea. But now you see you've centered in on some of my ignorance, so I'm gonna have to find out what it is tonight to plug that gap in my knowledge. Welsh allegedly still exist. I mean, the Welsh are kind of in a similar position to us in the, dead languages. I've got a lot of respect for the Welsh for having words that have about 40 consonants in it. Potato soup is elite. It fucking is. How dare somebody come in there and throw down with potato soup? Especially when onion bhajis exist. Those things are fucking horrendous. Without the Mexicans, Washington, D.C. wouldn't exist. That's probably a good thing, though, wouldn't it? So basically what you're saying is blame Mexico. I see what you're getting at. I always wanted to be a... You mean like being like a voyeur? I don't know. Why did the Irish hate their English superiors? That's very good. That's very good. Can you imagine what it's like for me, being a full-blooded Irish male and sounding like this? My own family used to take the piss out of me. You would be fucking hot if you put some military uniform and a tactical mask. I see what you're getting at. So you're saying if I cover my face and body, I would be hot. Interesting. Is life really worth living? I would say 100%. Ups and downs, it's always worth it. But mind you, I've been pretty lucky in the later part of my life. Pretty challenging childhood. But I think life's worth living 100%. What is your name? My name is Francis, but people call me Frankie. I'm not giving you my full name because I don't wanna. Nastia, how you doing? Nastia always asks if I'm Harry Potter when you come up in here. I'm still not Harry Potter. But thanks for making me smile. You're Irish. I am Irish. I've got Irish family, but I grew up in England. I came here when I was 1. I used to visit there every year, have my family take the piss out of my voice. Fucking Pork Chop, how you doing, bro? Pork Chop, you're on your way to a mod ship soon, sir, because you have been a very good contributor. What's your address? Fuck you. That's my address. Do you believe in God? I believe in a creator. I do have an issue with like organized religion on the whole. Not that I think there's that much wrong with it, but I believe in a creator. I mean, what we see around us. It's like I was talking about this on the last stream. I'm a very big component for like the my brain's gone to mush right now. Maybe I've got brain damage. Simulation theory. I believe we are in the Matrix, and this is some type of Truman Show type thing we've going on, and that we are all entertainment for some freaky aliens who are jerking off their 40,000 dicks and watching us humiliate and destroy each other. That's what I think this is all about. What's your favorite food? If I had to eat one type of cuisine for the rest of my life, it would probably be a steak, but I do love Japanese food. For me, you cannot beat a good steak and mashed potatoes. So I would go with that. If you make me a mod, I promise to delete all positive comments. There's nothing to delete then. That's a very strange threat. We don't get fucking positive fucking comments up in here. Can you please stop causing, dude? Mate, it's my channel. I'll do what the fuck I want. All right? If you don't like it, fuck off. When I was a kid, this kid named Mohammed used to molest me for 2 weeks. He also had Down syndrome. I think I've heard this story before. Very sorry that happened to you. You are Aristotle and Socrates' disciples. I mean, I guess that's one way of putting it. Do you like Almond Joys? I am an almond fan. Can you see my comments? I can kind of see, yeah, Pork Chop. My comments are kind of all over the place right now. My hair is not thinning, BJ Toss. I've had thin hair from the very beginning. And by the way, I'm 40 years old. So the fact that I've got hair at all is a fucking miracle. Every man on my mom's side was bald by the time they were 15. And I mean the fucking... So I'm doing pretty well. Mohammed Makayev, I think it might be time to bring him back. I think it's time to bring him back. I know he's an annoying cunt, but let's bring him back. Flyweight is lacking contenders right now. He's actually gone out there and he's done enough begging. Let's bring Mohammed Makayev back. And I think he's... To be honest, Shotty, I've been doing vertical streams quite a lot right now. I like people turning up and asking me how big my dick is and asking me to show it. It's fun. How you doing, Big Rabbit? Shout out to you, DM Tabor. I know we started out pretty rough, but welcome. Damn, bro, big ups. You look great for 40. Thank you, man. To be honest, I don't know how I'm pulling this off. I got no idea. People ask me for tips all the time. It's like, I don't know, man. Drink quite a lot, but then don't drink sometimes. Have a lot of sex. Drink a lot of water. And don't stay in the sunshine for too long, and you'll be absolutely fine. Makayev is the competition we need in the division. I agree with you. I mean, he must have been acting like a right bellend to get kicked out of the UFC in the first place. But I think he's paid his... I think he's been humbled. I think he should come back. What's those books behind you? They're actually Nintendo Switch games, Big Rabbit. So I'm just going to step out of the way there so you can get a good look. I'm not flexing or anything, because I'm not that sad of a cunt. But I'll do a little view. There you go. They're all video games, old and new. So don't come turning up at my house, or I will stab you through the neck. Like and subscribe to the channel. He got in a fight in the hotel, but I think he did a lot more than that, to be honest. I think he's been carrying on like a right twonk for a little while. I mean, you have to go pretty hard to... Have I played Silk Sun? I haven't played it yet, but I have got it. To be honest, yeah, I haven't even played Hollow Knight yet. But, and I'm gonna buy the physical version as well because I'm that kind of guy. I am gonna get round to playing it. I've heard it's super hard though. I've heard Silksong is really, really hard, and I'm old now, man. I don't really like hard graft in anything. I've done hard time in my life. I don't really want to be waiting. You won't stab no one. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, imagine what would happen to me in jail. Some people can't take a joke. Will you be attending the fight at the White House next year? Do you know what? Probably. I'll give it some consideration because it's going to be an event for the ages. It's probably going to be bigger than UFC 300. I mean, they're going to have to pull something off. By the way, Shotty, so great to have you here. Where are you from? I'm originally Irish, but I grew up in the UK. Physical is the way, bro. 100%. 100%. And the fact that we move into a digital media as well, I believe that these games are going to end up being worth more in the future. It's a wild theory that I've got. It may turn out to be completely false, but I've enjoyed the journey of collecting these things because I was a very poor kid. So I used to have to trade all the time to buy games. So who do you think main cards it? Wow, I think they do Tapuria and Makachev. I think it's probably the biggest fight you can make in MMA right now. It's gonna have to be super fights all the way down the card. I think they might do something wild and do like title fights in every fight in the main card. Or have or it's gonna be Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm. You're right. You're absolutely right. Do you know D4V? Do you know DVD? Is that the question? I don't own any DVDs. I'm fucking glad I didn't invest in those. They tried to take the digital copies from you. BG Toss, I hope you'll subscribe to this channel because you sound like you know a lot about games. And I need more people that have more of a taste or more of a range than just how big's your dick. And you're a fag. Yeah, Shotty, you're absolutely right. Physical is always the way. I don't really buy digital games unless I really have to. Hello from Ukraine. I gave a like to support your channel. Take care of yourself. Thank you very much, Elena. It's nice to see you. Shout out to Ukraine. Hope things are going well there. And shout out to your boy, Alexander Usyk, my favorite boxer. What a fucking legend he is. 2 foreigners at the White House. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. If I can go, I'll go. But you know the tickets are going to be ridiculously expensive. You think Reyes wins by knockout? I have my reservations. Because Allberger's a boring little pussy, and I think he might try and leg kick his way to a decision. How you doing, Noctis Vale? Happy to have you here for the first time. Happy to have you. Bang, marry, kill. Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm, Chris Cyborg. Well, Chris Cyborg is a dude with a bigger dick than I have, so we'll just sidestep that one. I would marry Holly Holm, and I would dick down Ronda Rousey. She might even get 2. She might even get 2 rounds. But I imagine with Ronda Rousey, as soon as you let that nut go and you're laying next to her, imagine the conversation you're going to have afterwards with her. It will be awful. That post-nut clarity will be horrible with somebody like Ronda Rousey. She has a horrible personality. Like having 2 foreigners main card would be very hard. Nah, it definitely wouldn't be. I think it kind of depends because BG, yeah, it really depends on who's the hottest thing at the time. Ronda Rousey used to be kind of bad, but she's a jar bag. And she got dicked down by Brendan Schaub. Who would want to be Eskimo Bros with Brendan Schaub? I mean, I'm pretty sure as soon as your dick enters, you drop about half your IQ points just gone. Hi, how you doing, Bomb? Good to see you again. I'm pretty sure I've seen you in here before. Shout out to you. Much love. I hope you're doing well. Strikeforce peak weight cut round Wonder was the only time she was slammable. I have to 100% agree. Why is your right nostril bigger than your left one? It's because I kind of slouch when I'm turning. Semen retention, guys, is the way. Armin, it's absolutely not the way. I've got a story I really want to tell about semen retention, but I don't really want to scare you. Just don't do it. But yeah, Big Rabbit, I kind of tilt my head. And also I kind of lean to one side. That's how angles work. And even if it is bigger, it hasn't really held me back. So if anything, I'm even more of a Chad because I've made it through life with such a horrible affliction. Can we just see Tom flatline KO John? Please, Ribovic. I would love to see that. The only thing is, I don't want him to get rewarded for the way he's been behaving. John Jones is a cunt, and I don't want to see him get any. I don't want to see him back. R.I.P. Ricky Hatton. I'm absolutely gutted as well. What are your thoughts on everyone ducking Gamrot? I've been saying this for a while. I'm a very big Gamrot fan. I do not understand the hate that he gets. I think he's really a good fighter, fun to watch, and dangerous. He makes grappling look entertaining. When people say grappling is shit for the sport and stuff, Gamrot is one of those people who's entertaining in the grappling. So shout out to Mateus Gamrot. I hope he gets Charles Oliveira, and I'm calling it now. If he gets him, I think he beats him. I'm calling it now. But my thoughts on everyone ducking him is it's disgusting. And I think I understand why people are doing it. Because he's dangerous. What the hell is semen retention? Big Rabbit, it's when you don't bust a nut. It's when you don't ejaculate for a very, very long period of time. Hi, Spider. How you doing, man? We're talking about absolutely everything. I'm not sure what that is in your profile picture. Is that Gambit? Shout out to you. How you doing, Joker? We're talking about whatever you want to talk about. No topic is off the slate here. It's the way that I roll. I'm seeing all these rumors of Diego Lopez taking the Oliveira fight. If he does that, he's an absolute savage. You on crack, bruv? No, I'm not on crack. Why, do you have some? Do you have some? Can I have some? I jerk off right now. Bro, you wouldn't be the first one to be jerking off watching my streams. It's something that I've come to accept. What you're doing, I'm doing it, and I'm feeling better than... What do you mean? I'm doing it, and I feel better than ever. I'm telling you now, Armin. I did this before, and I'm telling you, it's going to end badly for you. Make sure you nut. Bro, remember when you pooed your pants in front of the whole school when you tried to run to the toilet and slipped and hit your head and bruised your shoulder? Funnily enough, bro, yeah, that actually happened to a girl in my school. Only she didn't slip and hit her head in the toilet. She shit her pants, and then the whole school chased her down the hill. Her name was Lauren Melly, and then from then on, everyone called her Lauren Smelly. It was a very unfortunate name. And also, not only did she shit her pants, she left the pants with the big lump of shit in it in the toilet, and then ran down the hill with a skirt on, with no pants on, with shit streaming down her leg. And she had the balls to come back to school. So shout out to her. You need some fentanyl. Let's talk about crack, bro. I've never done crack. The only thing I've ever done is weed. And I stopped smoking it about 20 years ago. But I'm seriously contemplating smoking it again. Because I'm older now. I need something to help me chill. Am I a retard for thinking Diego sleeps Charles early? Absolutely not. Diego Lopez is a fucking beast. You got to keep your mind sharp like a razor. This is kind of the issue with the job that I've got. This is the reason. As soon as I finished university, I absolutely stopped smoking weed. I just couldn't do it anymore. I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting my life. I'm lazy. I can't do it. So I stopped. I agree with you, Bomb. I think the lighter. It's why I want to see women's atom weights. I blame people with zero grappling for most of the boring fights. I completely agree with that. It's like with the DDP fight. I was very disappointed, but I was disappointed in DDP. I wasn't disappointed in Chimaev. I'm like, you're the one that couldn't do anything about it, and you had the stupid game plan. And I'm a big DDP fan. Shut the fuck up, boy. Nobody gives a fuck. It's my channel. You shut the fuck up. You fuck off me. Like and subscribe. One girl in my school got into a fight, lost, and never came back to school. Wow, that must have been a bad loss. That must have been a hard L for her. Crazy how people complain to me how I should be chill and cool and sane. Meanwhile, the entire world is going to shit. Andrew, I've got bad news for you, yeah. The world has always been going to shit. Think about how the generation before us used to talk about us. Do not do weed. It's not good long term. I completely agree with you. Like I said, I've been on this channel. I've been saying for the last 2 years, oh yeah, I'm going to start smoking weed again. And I still haven't. Because the problem is, Ched, yeah, I've got an addictive personality. And sooner or later, I'll be turning up to work fucking buzzed off my nut. So I can't do it, man. I know myself. How you doing, Umar? What's going on here? Absolutely nothing. You should leave. There's nothing to be gained from being here. The man voted for Keir Starmer, I think. I've never voted in my life. And you know why I've never voted in my life? Because they're all cunts. And also, I don't care. I take care of my own self. I'm quite a selfish individual when it comes to that. And I know that my feelings aren't going to affect international policy anyway. So why vote for them? Are you from the UK? I'm actually Irish, but I grew up in the UK. I feel like I've said that about 40 times today, but you are new here. So shout out to you. I guess I'm going to have to answer that question over and over again. You look the part for a Harry Potter scene. What's your advice for kids? Respect your family, don't do drugs, stay in school. I bet you've never heard advice like that before. Would you recommend moving to the UK? No. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Why does this guy hate Charlie Kirk? I don't hate Charlie Kirk, and I definitely hate what happened to him. I really hate what happened to him, but I'm not like I've said this multiple times. My political views are very scattered, and I think anybody, and I'm going to say this now, I think anybody who is a very far leftist or a very far rightist is a retard. Elliot Page. It's been a while. When I had long hair, I definitely looked like Elliot Page. And when I had, you're right, I still look like Elliot Page now. Why is an Indian controlling the UK? You've got me on that one. You've got me on that one. And we got that fucker out immediately. He never got voted in, by the way. But yeah, my political views are very much like scattered. I kind of take a little bit of everything. I think you've got to have individual views on individual things, or you're an idiot. Anyone who says I'm a straight up conservative or I'm a straight up liberal is a fucking NPC retard. Because there are some views that the left have that I kind of agree with, and I have some views that the right do. Do you believe in Jesus? Well, I grew up as a Catholic. I do believe he was a real person, but I don't believe he was a god in a man. I'm probably tempting fate here, and I'm about to get a lightning bolt to the face. But I think anyone who thinks that God could be a human being is also a fucking spastic. This is how arrogant we are as humans. We actually think that a god could be a human. Would you prefer Britain to remain a Christian nation? Don't give a shit. As long as everyone's happy and respectful of other people's beliefs, I don't really give a shit. I mean, I was raised as a Catholic. I've got respect for it as a religion, but I haven't been to a church in years, man. I'd probably burst into flames at this point. What views of the left do you agree with? I mean, I can't really think of anything. I think the only thing I might agree with from a leftist point of view is that most people should be allowed to live their lives as long as they're not hurting other people. But I don't really believe in what I'm kind of saying to you, right? I guess more what I'm leaning to be more specific. I don't have like fully conservative views. There are a lot of things that I don't. I take on every individual thing at its merit and I decide if I agree with it or not. I don't go, oh, I'm a fucking conservative, or oh, I'm a fucking liberal, or oh, I'm in the middle. I just kind of go, I have views about certain things and I have different views about others. And they don't all fit into one ideological mold because I'm not a fucking NPC idiot. I actually have enough brain power to have individual thoughts about individual things and to not box myself into one ideological thing. Religions are man-made. I believe in God, but not in religion. I think that's a very well said argument from a cartoon character. So shout out to you, Bart Simpson. I'm not a fan of organized religion as well on the whole, just because of how destructive it's been. But it's hard to admit, or it's hard to turn away from the fact that religion has been good for a lot of people as well. It's brought a lot of communities together. Cock. Thank you, Andrew. That's very useful. Christians in general have proven themselves to be cowards, hypocrites, and Zionist bootlickers. Again, I think you're overgeneralizing. There are plenty of Christians that are good people. There are plenty of Christians that are absolute cunts. And that's just how it be. All right, Andrew, buddy, I'm very sorry, but you're gonna have to take a chill pill, sir. Get the fuck out of here. I'm all fine with you saying cock, but just, let's not repeat it over and over again. Base, Frankie, I'm the Shotty, this is why you've been an OG around here for a long time, and you understand the get down. Because I am very much... Do you have savings over 5 figures? I do. I do. God is good. I believe in a creator, but like I said, it's all... How you doing, Swervo? Good to see you here. Chrissy J is another one who's based as fuck as well. And don't go nuts in here, guys. Don't get too excited. Chrissy J is actually a real person. I'm talking about the other Andrew who I just kicked to the curb. Not you, Andrew. You're very welcome here. Are you Irish or British? I'm Irish, but I grew up in Britain. It's all very confusing. I grew up in England. Believe in God despite religion, not because of it. I 100% agree with that, Op. I do. I feel more comfortable with the concept of a creator than because the concept of a God seems a little bit too... I don't know. There's a little bit too much free interpretation there. I think saying I believe that some entity created all this. If we ever meet in Detroit, would you kiss me like there's no tomorrow? I wouldn't rule it out. Depends how many beers I've had. And how many dicks you'd have. It would have to be 0, is what I'm getting at. Yeah, I'm Irish. You one of them Peaky Blinders. Man, that would have been a cool time to live in. I think I would have been really good in that era. I'd have been one of the ones in the background, though, talking shit. Stirring the pot. But at a safe distance to not get shot first. I believe in a higher power. I think you have to. I think if you look around the world that's constructed around us, you would have to be absolutely stupid to not think there was some level of creation to this. By the way, if you are new here, as I've said, please do like the stream. I'd very much appreciate your patronage. It's free, and I don't charge anyone money, which is the same as free. So I've just said the same thing twice. What are your thoughts about India? Very proud nation. I've got many friends that are from the country. There are some things that I ideologically agree with or culturally agree with about India, and some that I don't. But that's just, I could say the same for anything or any place. Yeah, I've generally had good interactions with Indian people on here. There's been quite a few people from India who have been part of the live streams and have been great conversationalists. They've been very open, and I appreciate that. And there's some Indians who come in here, like some of the ones from earlier, and I've just been talking about how trying to compare dick sizes of me and then saying they're going to come over and fuck my mom. It's like she wouldn't be interested. She's 72. Grow up. Cunt. Nature is a higher power, bruv. I literally majored in evolutionary biology. Ain't no reason for a creator. I mean, I don't know enough about evolutionary biology to be... I don't know. I don't know enough about it to be able to discredit what you're saying. And I'm certainly open to learning more about it in general. I'm very much open to talking about anything and learning about anything. I think it's important. I told my black friends I think I'm like Chandler off Friends. They said no, I'm more like Monica. Ugh, that must have stung. Mate, you're having a laugh, ain't you? Higher power and Peaky Blinders in the same breath. You're in the Brummy crew, aren't you? I'm not, bro. I grew up in London, swear to God. I made it sound like Birmingham's a shithole, didn't I? It's because it is. It's basically a dump site. But I do like their accent. If you've ever smashed out a Brummy girl, oh my God. Devil Neil, what are your thoughts on Dembele winning the award? I've got mixed feelings about it, to be honest. I mean, he had a sensational last 6 months, and obviously winning the Champions League and what he did, he was unbelievable. I don't mind Dembele winning it. I do have a bit of an issue with the rest of the list, though. So, for example, I think that Rafinha should have been higher than Yamin Lamal, for example. I didn't like the order of it. I also thought that Mohamed Salah should have been in the top 3 as well. But I'm okay with Dembele winning the I think if Salah had gotten it, and I'm not a Liverpool fan, I fucking hate them at the moment. But I think if a Brummy girl with a KFC hat on now, that's a dream. That's a dream. You always remember that story, don't you? What are your thoughts on Dana White's Contender Series tonight? I'll be honest, man, I haven't really been following it that well this season because I'm back at work at the moment and it's on about 2 o'clock in the morning for me. So, at least Messi didn't win. Birmingham is a Muslim shithole. There are a lot of Muslims that live there. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a shithole because there's Muslims there, but it's a shithole. At least Messi didn't win. I mean, that's. I've always thought the Ballon d'Or is a stupid fucking. It's a stupid fucking award that I personally don't give a shit about. But it means a lot. Atco, even worse, man. I'm a Newcastle fan. It's even worse. Salah deserved top 3, definitely not Rafinha in my opinion. I mean, I don't think Rafinha should have won it, but I do think he should have ranked higher than Yamal. He had a much better season. You came to Spurs for Son. Son's still doing his thing over in America. I do agree that Messi is the GOAT, though, Lane. But I will say this here. I've got a lot of credit for Ronaldo because I've said this before in my live streams. He's a testament to what you can do with hard work. So in terms of how somebody has gone from being pretty talented to being as great as he became, Ronaldo's a testament to hard work, whereas Messi is just a testament to raw God-given talent. Tell us what goes on in the psyche of a British relationship with beans on toast. I'm not really a big beans on toast person, to be honest. Beans and sausages? Now you're on. You ain't never seen a cup in your lifetime. We won the cup. We won the League Cup last year. So, but I'll be honest with you. I didn't think we were going to see a cup in our entire lifetime. So you saying this to me is actually not that bad a diss. Polish have been cleaning up Dana White contender series. Polish fighters are fucking savages. To be honest, after Isak left Newcastle, I've been watching Newcastle wishing them better. I appreciate that, Atco. It was a bit of a heartbreaking one. I think when Visa comes back, we're going to have much better. I like the way that our defense is looking. I think our squad is much better. People are writing us off right now, but I'm telling you, Eddie Howe is a sensational coach, and I think we're going to do well. Baked beans belongs in a full English, 100%. Baked bean, full Englishes cannot be complete without baked beans. You look like Han Ji Song from Stray Kids. I've heard this a lot, you know. I've heard this a lot. So you're saying I look Korean? It's fine. Come on, you Gunners. Oh, mate, not a Gunners fan. Etam, I'm not going to go at you too hard, yeah, because I've just met you. I hate your fucking club, and your fans are all retarded mongoloids. There, I said it. I said it, and I feel so much better. I said it so much. I had to say it. Most of my friends are Arsenal fans, and they are the most deluded, dumb fucks ever. I've been a fan of his since Bournemouth. He's legit. He's an incredible manager, and I hope he stays for as long as he feels like. Do you have nits? Very possibly. I work in a university, so it's possible. How do you have time to pay attention to your job, MMA, and football? And I've got children as well. The thing is, yeah, I kind of when I'm at my job, I do have somewhat free time. I have to travel to and from work. That's how I make time, and I always make sure that I have time by myself on a Saturday. See, now that you've said the word knits, you're making me want to itch. Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Shout out to you. Thanks for putting that in my head, Lucas. You fucking asshole. Who to be a gooner? I hate. Now you're making me itch. That shows how mentally weak I am. I hate Spurs. I hate Chelsea with a passion. I used to hate Man United, but now that they're shit, I don't have any feelings towards them. How does a South London man come to support Newcastle? It's a very simple story, yeah? I am a contrarian. Everyone else was supporting Arsenal, Man United, and I dared to be different. And it was one of the worst decisions I ever made in my life. I live close to my job I hate. I'm a go-to guy. What job do you do, Derek Clement? I try not to get too obnoxious as an Arsenal fan because we always bottle it at the finish line and then we look stupid. Are you sure you're an Arsenal fan? Because you sound like a reasonable individual. Are you sure, sir, that you are an Arsenal fan? I'm starting to disbelieve you because Arsenal fans are generally the dumbest fans on earth. I've never seen so much crying and complaining from a fan base in any sport in all of my existence. And this is why I don't want you to win anything, because you act like you're the biggest club on earth and you haven't won shit in like 20 years or anything significant in 20 years. If you win something else, we're never going to hear you shut the fuck. I'm basically going to have to go for the rest of my life hearing you talk about how big you are. No Jones. They're the best. Like being a Cyndi Lauper fan during the 80s. I couldn't have put it better myself. What's your pick for fight night? All right, so I'll just quickly shoot through it. My face is going to look very bright right now. I'm only going to, all right, I'll go through the whole card. I've got Alexia Thainara against Loma Lookboonmee, but I don't like that. I don't like that I'm picking that. I don't know who these two bitches are at heavyweight, so I'm going to skip that. I've got Luana Carolina. I've got Colby Thickness against Musasa. I've got Rolando Bedoya against Jamie Malarkey, just on account of one of them's cooked. I think Oban Elliott is going to squeak past Mikalev, but I'm not too keen on it. I think Cam Roston's going to beat Petrosky. I think Navajo Sterling is going to edge his way past Bellato. I've got Charlie Campbell beating Tom Nolan. I don't even know who Louis Sutherland is, but I think he's going to beat Justin. No, Justin Taffel will knock his head off. I think Jake Matthews. Actually, do you know what? I think Neil Magny might. I'm gonna stay on the fence on that one. I think Jenkins beats Tavares. I think Jimmy Crute beats Erslan, obviously, and I think Carlos Ulberg beats Dominic Reyes. Sorry about that. Growing up in the 90s in London, you supported Arsenal, Man U, Tottenham, Chelsea, West Ham. I've never met a West Ham or Crystal Palace fan. I'll be honest. And I've spoken to them online. I tell you what, I've never met. I've never met a Brentford fan. I don't think they exist. I think Brentford is a made-up club. Well, obviously they're all made-up clubs, but you know what I'm saying? I think they're a Matrix glitch. I'm an American and I'm an Ohio State fan, and we're essentially the college football equivalent of Arsenal. So I'm used to being the reasonable fan in a sea of morons. You couldn't have said it better yourself. I could not have said that better myself. Well done. And you do come across as very, very reasonable, which is making me believe that you are not an Arsenal fan. I'll be perfectly honest. But I actually know one of my friends is a reasonable Arsenal fan, and he's constantly cringing in the group chat that we've got. He absolutely hates being an Arsenal fan because of those cunts. I just finished training my client and I picked up so much food. It's bulking season, boys. Shout out to you, Ricky. I go through this. I go through this quite a lot as well. Like I bulk up and then I think, oh, I'm a fat bastard, and then I slim back down, and then I'm like, oh my god, I'm too skinny, and then I think I might have body dysmorphia. Do you know if you spell Taffa backwards, you get A plus fat? Well, that's not a coincidence. I know you said Ohio State. I don't know why I read it out like that. Why did the sperm cross the road? I don't have an answer. That I'm a super shotgun. That's Invincible season is not as good as the Centurion season. And it's not even as good as the season as when Liverpool lost one game. I'll be honest with you. I thought both those seasons were more impressive. I think it's harder to get 100 points. How many games did Arsenal draw in that season? It was like 18 or something. Fuck off. It's not that impressive. Mo Salah is a fuck. I love Mo Salah. He's that dude is shredded. Not to sound zesty or anything, but that guy's shredded as fuck. I get jealous every time he pops that shirt off. You know what I'm saying? I also had that one weirdo fan who supported Forest. We all used to clown him. There's always one. Because I put the wrong socks on. I don't get it. Like, even Spurs has a European title now. I'm in pain. Yeah, that must have been a painful one to swallow. It genuinely must have. When I get reasonable, what do you think, Ethan, while you're here, what do you think of Arsenal's chances this season? I've got to say, I do think you've had a very decent transfer window, but Liverpool's is just so elite that it's not going to matter. And I think that Mikel Arteta is a gigantic pussy. They might want to check his passport. He's obviously French. At least I can understand you. There was one hooligan with a mask on I couldn't understand. Yeah, a lot of people do that on here. I used to just, when I used to make videos back in the day, I used to just do a PowerPoint and talk shit about UFC fighters and hide behind my keyboard. It was some cowardly shit, bro. And then I came to terms with my own ugliness and I was just like, fuck it. Now that I've embraced it, nobody can make fun of me for it. I can just enjoy myself. Italian league was a big deal in the 90s when I was just thinking about that the other day. Italian football fell way off. I still don't think we can beat out Liverpool, honestly. My brother's a Liverpool fan, yeah, and he was trying to tell me that he thinks Arsenal have a better squad than Liverpool, which I think is he does this all the time where he pretends to be humble, like, oh man, like, I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be tough for us. You spent 450 million. You took our best player, you scumbag. I genuinely think the only areas of the pitch that Arsenal are clear are not even streets ahead, are the wing backs. I do think Saliba and Gabriel obviously they've got a better defense, but individually, you could probably name 2 or 3 players that Arsenal would get into the Liverpool 11, in my opinion. I think that's a fair thing to say. You could maybe make a case for Declan Rice, but does he really get ahead of like Gravenberch right now? I don't think so. None of the attackers get anywhere near. I don't even think Saka gets it because you can't put Saka. Saka's probably your best player, and I don't think he gets in over. I mean, you can't put him above Salah, right? Just for the output alone and the injury record. You're a better man than me. I still say anonymous on my account. I mean, I've got my real name. I've got my real face. I mean, I'm not out here giving my exact address, but I don't know. I tend to not be too confrontational. No, I disagree with him. I think we have more talent top to bottom. They're just better coach. You really think that? So which players do you think would get into Liverpool's first team? Genuinely. AC Milan 3-0. Are they winning 3-0 now? I've realized the League Cup is on at the moment, and I haven't been paying attention to it. I usually watch a lot of football, but tonight I just felt like hanging out with you lot. Serie A is an old man league. Yes, Serie A has fallen off terribly compared to where it was. It was the biggest league in Europe at some point. But it's just it's so corrupt over there. And that corruption caught up to them. Thoughts on Hamzat and Islam super fight? I don't want to see it. There are people talking about Hamzat going up, which is ludicrous to me. I think if he fought Ankalaev, he would get smashed. And I was in Dougie's corner, his live chat yesterday morning, and there were people saying that he would beat Alex Pereira. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Let me think that through before I embarrass myself. Shout out Eaton. By the way, Eaton, if you are not subscribed, I hope you do. And same with Bomb as well. You're a good guy. You're a good guy. Naliswa, hi from Dubai. Nice to meet you. Nice country. I lived in Qatar for a while. Loved it there. Shout out to the Middle East. It's a lovely part of the world and an ever-growing power. And you guys are balling out of control. Liverpool, Arsenal, whatever. Just not that Strama guy you got now. Yeah. I mean, that's a fair point. Serie A was the top league in the 90s. Then the Prem took over. I mean, the Spanish league had their time as well. What do you mean by dog in your corner? Can you be more specific? Nice to see you, Pappy Peeper. You have a good accent. Thank you very much, Jerfo. I appreciate that. Like I said, if you're new up in here, I hate to keep asking people to do this because I have no plans on monetizing ever. But if you could like the stream, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're planning on sticking around and you enjoy just talking shit with a retard, this retard, subscribe to the channel. Bro, if you're talking, what the fuck? You're talking about Hamzat. Will ragdoll Pereira with 0 grappling. How the fuck will Pereira stand and bang with Hamzat when he's... Well, that's the thing. Alex Pereira is a massive human. And he managed to stuff the takedowns of Muhammad Ankalaev for 25 minutes. All right, he lost the fight, but you really think Hamzat is just going to steamroll him when he's not really a massive middleweight either? I don't know, man. All I'm saying is it's not ridiculous. People were going on like Hamzat would fucking destroy him and it wouldn't even be close. I strongly disagree. I strongly disagree with that. I've been subbed since the first stream I watched. It's hard to hear someone who's not retarded. Bomb, you fucking beauty. From where are you? I'm from Ireland, but I grew up in England. I might just put that on the... I might just have that scream rolling across the screen because I've been asked that quite a few times today. What do you make of the new lightweight out of Miami, Lou Sassol? Lou Sassol is somebody that I speak to on Twitter, or was speaking to on Twitter. I haven't heard of him. I'll be honest with you. Oh, loose asshole. You got me. It's not the first time I've been caught with something like that. I've just learned to never bet against the Russian mountain people. The thing is, yeah, there's going to be a turning of the tide sooner or later. Everyone has their eras, and we've seen it now with Umar Nurmagomedov losing, Usman having a tough time at Bellator at the moment. And I think they're all cheaters as well. So there's that. You got me with the loose asshole. And you got me with that one because I can pronounce my words properly. So usually people throw those up, and then because I'm so good at pronouncing words, I get away with it. But you finally got me. You son of a bitch. Hear me out. Hamzat and Islam fight is a close one. And I've got Islam because if you see Hamzat will not easily take down Islam and then eventually give up. And I'll tell you something, yeah. I do have to agree with you on that because here's the thing, right? Hamzat is going to lose to anyone who can test him in the grappling and tire him out. That's what I genuinely think. So it wouldn't be crazy, but what weight would it take place at? I'm not sure if Islam would do very well at middleweight, and that's kind of what, if it took place at welterweight, I'm taking Islam Makhachev all day, and it would have to take place there. Frankie's gone full Bisping. It was going to happen eventually. I wonder why us Americans drop the R on arse. It's laziness, mate. It's the same way as you say airplane and not aeroplane. Shit's retarded. It's aeronautics, which is why it's A-E-R-O, you lazy, dumb fuckers. Shout out to the US of A. Great place to visit. Thoughts on Usman versus Paul Hughes 2? I actually thought Paul Hughes won the first fight, Usman is juiced to the gills. And he's had a lot of time to hopefully fix some wrongs. I do want Paul Hughes to win, even though he's from north of the border. And those people are all confused. Yeah, we say aeroplane. Because that's what it is. Aeroplanes came about from the study of aeronautics, which is the scientific discipline that permitted flight. And you call it plane in air. I only see Islam. So you think Islam would beat Hamzat but lose to Ilya? That's interesting. I'm very high on Ilya as well. Very high on Ilya. I think he's the rightful pound for pound best in the sport right now. And we'll kind of see where it goes with him. I think he could turn out to be the GOAT of the sport if he plays his cards right. I scored it for Usman, but Usman got lucky as fuck with that headbutt, allowing him to take 5 minutes. That's the part. That was the part, wasn't it? I think Paul Hughes was on his way to winning. Are you high, bro? No, I'm not. I'm just really dumb. Really dumb. Airplanes came about in Dayton, Ohio. We call it what we want. Fair enough. They came around because of the Wright brothers from great city of Dayton. Shout out Ohio. But I mean, it was more because of what the study of the discipline was. How you doing, John Rafferty? Big up to the Moomins. Ilya is a G. He is a G. Ilya's amazing. I love Ilya Tapuria. He's definitely grown on me over the years. And I do think pound for pound now, he is the best in the sport. Bro, don't start with this airplane shit. It's aeroplanes. Just I know where they were invented. I'm not completely stupid. I'm somewhat stupid. AERO. Airplanes is retarded. Usman would have stopped Hamza if it was 5 rounds. 100%. I thought he won rounds 2 and 3. And I also thought that a 10-8 in the first round was a little bit generous. But even if you give that to him, I don't know how they gave Hamza the decision in that fight. I'll be honest. It should have been 2 rounds to 1 Usman, or at the very worst for him, it should have been a draw. Fuck off, Lane. Welcome back. And it turns out that the British called it soccer first. I mean, that's also true. British people just like complaining. Ilya calling out Crawford is just cringe. Just defend your title. I mean, yeah, Ilya can't. Ilya would get smashed by Crawford in a boxing fight, 100%. But also Crawford would probably get destroyed by Ilya, or he would get destroyed by Ilya in an MMA fight, even though he's a wrestler. Read my message above. Sorry, Gorfo. Let me see what I got here. I don't read too good. I can't see it. Oh, I just now got 1080 points out of 1600 in a mock SAT test. My English is really bad. One reason why I got such banned is that I'm good at math. 680 out of 800. My native language is Kazakh and Russia. That sounds like a good result to me. And you've still got time to sort it out. I can't spark a blunt on stream because I don't have any weed here. Little dweeb. I take that as a compliment. I take that as a fucking compliment, sir. Dweebs are taken. Actually, I'm more of a nerd than a dweeb. I wish I could spark a blunt on stream, but I've got work tomorrow, and I haven't smoked in ages. And British people are haters. As a Kiwi raised by them, we are haters, 100%. Top haters. Thank you, Chrissy J. I appreciate the compliment. I mean, I have my stupid moments. I don't compare. I don't claim to be an expert on everything. Frankie, when are you going to do a gaming stream? I think it would be quite embarrassing. Because I own a lot of games, but I'm not particularly good at gaming. And I play a lot of old man rubbish games, you know what I mean? But if people call for it enough, I might consider it. I don't know. I'm not close to anything, really. Shut up, Chrissy J. He's British. Early stoppage, Western. Ilya would get a couple of calf kicks on Crawford and sleep him, in my opinion. Well, yeah, if kicking was allowed, it's game over. Shout out to you, Gurfo. Congratulations, man. That sounds like a really good result. Don't be down on yourself. You've got time to turn it around. And it's not like you completely flunked it. You've got something to work on. And that's what mocks are for, mate. So best of luck on the next one. Ilya has got slick boxing and is more compact than Volk. Will be tougher to take down for Islam. And Ilya needs one good shot. And it's time over. Again, it depends on the situation. In a boxing fight, Crawford's one of the best of a generation. So completely different sport. Old man retro games are my jam. We've got to sort something out. Let me versus you on UFC 5. I'll be honest with you, Swervo. You would fuck me up. You would fuck me up. Play some Silent Hill. Is weed legal in Britain yet? It's not. It's really not. And that's kind of the reason why I don't smoke weed as well, because weed in England is dog shit. It's real dog shit. Someone told me that the British flag is racist. Why? Because the kind of people that have been getting behind waving the British flag right now have certainly been pushing more, let's just say, nationalist rhetoric. So it's come to become a symbol of that. More so the English flag than the British flag. But I mean, I don't know. I think, you know, I mean, I don't put a British flag up on my window, and I never would because I'm fucking Irish. But I don't play the same. Play Crash Bandicoot. Aye, bro. I was talking about Ilya versus Islam. Sorry, I'm going all over the place here. The original Silent Hill was decent, but I was more of a Resident Evil guy. Silent Hill was too fucking foggy for me. Is the American flag racist? Again, it depends how it's used. How you doing, Strum RBLX? Yo, what's good? What's good, brother? Nice to see you here. Weed is gay as fuck. I'm 18, and the amount of people I know who are wasting their lives away on weed is incredible. Bomb, I've got to agree with you. When I used to smoke, it was a miracle that I basically smoked weed all through university. And when I got to the end of it, I realized I had long hair. I smoked weed. I was a proper little waster, but I was smart enough to kind of get through my degree. And when I got to the end of it, I was literally like, if I keep doing this, I'm going to achieve nothing with my life. So I quit on the spot. Gerfo, I'm a professor of English literature, and I have an English literature degree and a master's in education. Do you guys up in the UK got Roadman? We invented Roadman, bruv. And they're all pussios. I use the American flag as nunchucks to beat blacks with. Good grief. Thank you for your story, Jason Davis. That's quite the tale. So that's what I'm saying. It's all about context. Jason L. Davis apparently uses the American flag as a racist weapon. So shout out. I was about to say shout out to you. I don't even know what to say to that. I'm just now trying to stop smoking at 27. It was fine in college, but now trying to juggle making video. So, Etam, you have a channel, yeah? So any of you who are just, you know, you want to give somebody a bit of a boost and give another channel a chance, subscribe to Etam. Give our boy a shot. You kind of look like Rigo. All of us white people don't look the same, and I don't touch kids. So shut up, you prick. Just wait till you find out how I get the oil out of the ground. Oh, that is funny. You are funny. Oh, you look good, daddy. I feel very uncomfortable when people call me daddy. Very uncomfortable. I don't smile on cue. You make gaming content. What kind of games do you play online, bro? Actually, hang on a second, Etam. I'm going to subscribe to you right now. I've just been called a nonce. I've just been called a nonce. Wow, Etam, you've got a nice, bro, you've got a nice big channel as well. Shout out to you. Shout out to Etam. Check out his, I'm going to check your videos out. I make sure all of you in here do the same. Apparently this guy's an up and comer and he's doing really well. Keep talking. I'm almost finished. Ugh. I know that most people, not most people, but some people definitely spank it off in here. Is Ireland racist? I'm so confused. I thought the British flag was your country's flag. Seems silly, like beans and toast. Oh, you are a cunt. You are an absolute cunt. Rishi Sunak, I've heard that name. Listen, we've all made mistakes. And it's not like we voted him in. That's the thing about this country. So many prime ministers have backdoored their way in by just picking up somebody's fucking votes. You abduct kids. Prove it. Prove it. Anyway, guys, I don't know what Frank Patterson. You mean the Irish flag? The Irish flag isn't. Frank Patterson is basically saying, why is the British flag seen as racist when others aren't? And it's mostly because what people are using we've basically got a group in England that are using the British flag as like a rhetoric for get certain people out of the country. So it's become a symbol of that. Anyway, thank you very much, Westy. I appreciate you putting up the link. Anyway, guys, I've been here for 2 hours. I've got work in the morning. This has turned into quite a fucked up stream. You're all 90% of you in here are absolute scum. And I hope you will subscribe. Because I could do with more fucked up streams like this. Anyway, guys, I will be back probably on Thursday. I might turn up tomorrow if I can be bothered, but I don't get any fucking money out of this, so why should I? I'm kidding. I'm gay for you. That's really worrying that's really worrying coming from a guy who calls himself Bum Farto. Pretty creative though. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna piss off now. Like I said, if you wouldn't mind liking the stream on your way out and subscribing, that would be awesome. I feel kind of disgusting for saying that over and over. I'm gonna have a quick look and see if anyone's online right now that I am. It has de-evolved. But when was it ever really a good channel? Let's keep it real. All right, nobody I know is online. So I'm gonna go now. DM Tabor, thanks for the beef. It was beautiful. This is my first time here. I love it. Rare I actually get to chat directly to the streamer. Etam, if you come here, Charlie Olives versus Gamrot got announced. Fucking brilliant. Charlie Olives is going to lose. I'm calling it here first. Charlie Olives is going to lose. Watch. I'm really sorry, Gerfo, but it's like 10 o'clock at night and I've got to go to work in the morning. But if you subscribe to me, you will get more retardation like this multiple times a week. I can promise you that. I don't get any smarter and I never learn. And I get more shameless. That's the perfect way to end the stream. I'm glad that Olives nutted up and because he was talking a lot of shit saying that he's not worthy of the fight and blah, blah, blah. That is a great fight. I'm psyched for that. And I'm telling you, Gamrot's going to get the job done. And he's going to be quite a heavy underdog as well. The only thing I'm saying, 2 weeks short notice, just quit your job. I don't know, man. I really like my job and I get paid a lot of money. I don't know why, but I feel like you're the type of guy that disappears after graduation and then comes out like the greatest writer. I don't know why I'm getting so many compliments today. Is everyone high? Be real. Anyway, guys, I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to jet for now, but I will be back either tomorrow or latest Thursday. I might come back tomorrow because this will be fun. This will be fun. You think he will smush Oliveira? It will be a close fight. If he had an 8-week training camp, I'd be more confident. But going in there short notice might actually work for him. Anyway, stop trying to draw me back in. You know I can't help myself. I'm betting on Gamrot as well. Bomb, it's been an absolute pleasure. To everyone who came in here, Jason, even though you've been fucking slapping my balls the entire time, you like your job. Do you have CTE? Yeah, I do actually. I like my job. It's stressful and it pisses me off a lot of the time, but I come home most evenings and feel good about the day that I've had. Anyway, shout out to you, Diva Fever. Shout out to everyone who came in. This has turned into quite a fun one. I appreciate every single one of you, even the cunts in here who can't help but troll me and diss me. It's all part of the fun. Bye, sexy. Bye, sexy Ricky. Like I said, thanks a lot to all of you. I'll catch you all on, like I said, latest Thursday. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'm looking forward to the next absolute wave of bullshit nonsense. And you can look forward to the same. Shout out to everyone. Much love and peace. And I did get CTE for my students. Lane, welcome back. I'm going to send you a message in a bit. So glad that you're doing well. Much love to you, Lane. And it's good to have you back.